Folks, when I was a little boy, about 10 years old, I think, I grew up with the blues a long time ago. Because my daddy had this big record collection, folks, and let me tell you one thing. It ain't nothing but the blues, he told me once, and that's the story of my life, I think. We've been recording our own songs, folks, but the blues is a kind of music form that ain't never gonna let you go no matter where you're gonna go, folks. And I guess one of the first guitar blues players I heard in a long time. He came from the South, where all the great blues men came from, but this one had a special kind of feeling on his guitar. He had this big black Gibson guitar with an ES335, a black guitar, and he named this guitar, he called him Lucille, this guitar. And I'd like to demonstrate you now a little riffing and a little playing about this, one of the greatest blues players of all times. And the first guitar player I want to show you right now, folks, everybody knows him as Riley B. King, but most people say to him it's B.B. King. Said, y'all know B.B. King out here tonight. All right, and B.B. had this kind of phrase that nobody has, because he can't play no slide guitar like Booker T, but he gonna play the slide with his fingers, you know. And when B.B. start hitting them tones, you're gonna hear something like this. All right, folks, all right. But then, one day I walked downstairs and I said to my daddy, I said, I heard all that B.B. King guitar. I said, I need myself another guitar player. He said, I got another one for you, he told me. And there was this huge man, ladies and gentlemen, he was smoking a pipe. He had that flying V guitar strapped across his back. And his name was Albert King, y'all. And everybody plays Albert King. If you listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, it's all Albert King. And even Stevie said it was true, so. But Albert, he had a different kind of playing, folks. Because he was a big man, he had big, strong hand, because he was a bulldozer driver during the week. And when he started playing the blues, man, your head gonna rip off your spine, I can tell you that. I saw him once, ladies and gentlemen, and he had a different style. He played with his fingers. He didn't play much, but the hell he played, folks. I'm gonna do it for you right now. Let me hear you say yay! Now we're gonna move up in class, as somebody once told me. Because I was playing B.B. and Albert King for about 3 years, and my fingers were getting faster and faster. So I went downstairs again, folks, to get myself another guitar player. And I said to my dad, I said, man, I gotta have another one. He said, that's all right, Julian, sit down in my big brown chair and I'll tell you who it is. And then came this album, ladies and gentlemen. An album called A Man and His Blues. And the name was the fastest blues guitar player I've ever seen in my life. And his name is Buddy Guy. I said his name is Buddy Guy. All right. And when Buddy started playing the blues, man, you don't know what you're going to hear. Goes something like this. Everybody ready? All right, here I come. Thank you. But then, folks, came the hardest day of my life. I was brushing my teeth in the morning like everybody does, and I looked in the mirror and I saw a white man, and I was playing like a black guitar man. And then I went back downstairs to my dad. I said, Daddy, man, I'm so goddamn frustrated because I've been playing like these black guys, but I'm a white man. I said, do you have a white guitar player who plays the blues? And he said, I have, boy. Sit down in that big brown chair again and listen to what I'm gonna tell you. And then came this other record out. And I can tell you, folks, this guy was whiter than white. He was thinner than thin. And he had more tattoos on his body than you have shops in Amsterdam City. But, folks, he had this sound, ladies and gentlemen. And he came all the way from Brannigan, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. And I'd like to do a little Johnny Winter for you out here tonight. Because I think Johnny deserves it right now, all right? But I went to the guitar store, folks, and I said, I need me a Johnny Winter effect or something like that. And then somebody gave me a phaser, folks, and it sounded like this. Johnny had that kind of mandolin playing style, you know, he keeps on shoving up and down the longs. Thank you. And the last man, folks, I'm going to tell you about out here tonight. I think for me, ladies and gentlemen, he's one of the best and the greatest of all times. And the first time I saw this man play, I was about 16 years old, folks. It was in Utrecht City, and I know it since the day I went there. And I was just staring at the stage and thinking, man, I got to do that too. And here I am tonight. Thank you very much indeed. But this guitar player, folks, he had it all. He could play mandolin. He could play saxophone. He could play acoustic guitar, national New He could play it all, and he did it all. But this man comes from Ireland, ladies and gentlemen, and his name is Rory Gallagher, all right. But when Rory hit it on, it just shattered the earth. But he had that sound, folks. I'm going to do it to you. Listen.